Okay, now we are going to go into pronouns. So first we're doing is, ia, id, which is he, she, it. So we're starting off with masculine, nominative, singular, which is. Genitive is ius, so e, long I, us. And then dative is, and this is for masculine, dative singular is e, long I. Accusative is e, um. And then ablative is e, long o. Feminine is ea for nominative singular. Genitive is e, ius. Dative is e, long I. Accusative is e, am. And ablative is e, long a. Now for neuter is id, and then eius for genitive. So id is nominative, genitive is eius, and then dative is e, long I, and then accusative is id again, and then ablative is e, long o. Now moving on to the plural, it's e, long I. Plural masculine, nominative is e, long I. Genitive is e, long o, rum. Dative is e, long is. Accusative is e, long as. And then ablative is e, long is. So now moving on to feminine, it's e for nominative, earum. Hang on, let me just. Oh, sorry, ea. Yeah, okay, earum for genitive for feminine, e, long is for dative, e, long as for accusative, and then e, long is for ablative. Now moving on to neuter, its nominative is ea, genitive is e, long o, rum. Dative is e, long is. Accusative is ea. And then ablative is e, long is. So now we're moving on to hic, hike, or huck, which is this and these. So first you have first masculine singular is hic, or hic. Then genitive is huis. Then dative is huic. Then accusative is hunc. And ablative is h, long oc. Then you have feminine, which is haec. Genitive is going to be huius. Dative is going to be huic. Accusative is going to be hanc. And then ablative is going to be h, long ac. Then you have neuter, which is hoc. Genitive, which is huius. Dative, which is huic. Accusative, which is hoc, and then ablative, which is h, long oc. And then now moving on to the plural, you have h, long I for nominative, h, long o, rum for genitive, h, long is. Accusative for dative, and then accusative is going to be h, long os, and then ablative is h, long is. And then now moving on to feminine, nominative is hae. Genitive is harum. Dative is h, long is. Accusative is h, long as. And then ablative is h, long is. So now on to neuter, nominative is hac. Genitive is h, long o, rum. Dative is h, long is. And then accusative is going to be haec. And then ablative is h, long is. Next, we are moving on to illa, which is going to be So masculine nominative is going to be I-L-L-E. Then it's going to be then genitive is going to be I-L-L long I-U-S. And then dative is going to be I-L-L long I. Accusative is going to be I-L-L-U-M. Ablative is going to be long I-L-L long O. Now on to feminine, we have I-L-L long I-L-L-A for nominative. Genitive, we have I-L-L long I-U-S. And then dative, we have I-L-L long I. Accusative, we have I-L-L-A-M. Then ablative, we have I-L-L long A. Finally, onto the neuter, we have I-L-L-U-D. For nominative, genitive, we have I-L-L long I-U-S. So that's going to be long I-L-L long I-U-S. And it'll be long I-L-L long I. Then long I-L-L-U-D and long I-L-L long O. So now moving on to the plural. For masculine, we have long I-L-L long I, long I-L-L-O-R long U-M, and then I-L-L long I-S, and then I-L-L long A-S. I just realized I'm not saying any of the terms. So nominative is going to be long I-L-L long I. Genitive is going to be long I-L-L O-R long U-M. Dative is going to be I-L-L long I-S. And then accusative is going to be long I-L-L long A-S. And then ablative is going to be I-L-L long I-S. Next, we have feminine, which nominative is going to be I-L-L-A-E. Then it's going to be I-L-L long A-R-U-M. Then it's going to be I-L-L long I-S. Then it will be long I-L-L, and this is accusative. Long I-L-L long A-S, and then ablative is I-L-L long I-S. And then finally we have neuter, which is I-L-L-E-A for nominative, I-L-L long O-R-U-M for genitive, I-L-L long I-S for dative, and then I-L-L-A for accusative, and then I-L-L long I-S for ablative. And then our final group that we have that we'll be looking at is going to be ipsa, which is, here, let me find it, which is going to be, so it starts off with masculine, nominative is I-P-S-E, genitive is I-P-S long I-U-S, dative is I-P-S long I, accusative is I-P-S-U-M, and then ablative is I-P-S long O. Next is feminine, which is I-P-S-A, then I-P-S long I-U-S for genitive, dative is I-P-S long I, accusative is I-P-S-A-M. Then it's going to be I-P-S long A for ablative. Now on to neuter, it's going to be I-P-S-U-M for nominative, I-P-S long I-U-S for genitive, I-P-S long I for dative, and then I-P-S-U-M for accusative, and then I-P-S long O for ablative. Now on to plurals, masculine is going to be I-P-S long I, I-P-S long O-R-U-M, and then I-P-S long I-S for dative, and this is masculine plural once again, and then it's I-P-S long O-S for accusative, IPS long IS. For ablative, now on to feminine, it's going to be IPSAE. For nominative, genitive is going to be IPS long A RUM. Dative is going to be IPS long IS. Accusative is going to be IPS long AS. And then ablative is going to be IPS long IS. Now on to neuter, it's going to be IPSA for nominative. Genitive is going to be IPS long O RUM. Dative is going to be IPS long IS. Accusative is going to be IPSA. And then ablative is going to be IPS long IS. Great.